Hello everyone. So in this session we will start discussing about the adaptive radiation. So in the last session I asked you one question about the herbicides and pesticides related to that natural selection, evolution of natural selection. Let me tell you one more time. In the evolution of natural selection we learned one example, that is before industrialization and after industrialization. We have taken two situations. One situation was before industrialization and one more situation is after industrialization. In 1850s, what about how the moths were, and in the year of 1900, how were the moths? So the before industrialization, the moths color was white and melanin pigmented moths were very rare in number, and one more thing I have to mention here. So before industrialization there was a growth of lichen on the tree trunks was much maximum to the maximum extent the lichens grow. The lichens grows on the tree trunk and it forms a white color. It looks like a white color when those white color black background, the silk, the white moths used to sit on those kind of white background. It become a camouflage for them. So that the predator cannot spot the difference between the moth and to the background. This is how they used to escape from the predator. And after industrialization, what happened? All the lichens got killed, all the lichens got extincted, and soothes deposited on the wings of the moth and also on the tree trunks. Because of this, the number of white moths got reduced and also melanized moths the number of melanized moths increased. So what happened? The predators used to capture the white moth which cannot camouflage to the black background. So this is one situation. This is how the natural selection took place. Natural selection took place in related to evolution of life forms. So one more example we discussed in the last session. That is about the herbicides and pesticides. What is that? Herbicides and pesticides. Herbicides and pesticides, so these are, it is used to kill the eukaryotic or prokaryotic organism or disease causing organisms. So excess usage of herbicides and pesticides to those disease causing organisms, excess use, I am using the word excess use of these kind of herbicides and pesticides to the crop on the crop. So when we sprinkle this kind of pesticides and herbicides onto the crop, so what is our intention? We want to grow a pest free or any kind of disease free crop. So what we used to do, we used to sprinkle this type of herbicides and pesticides. So what happened? So gradually, slowly, the microorganisms which were present in that crop, which were present in the plant or any agriculture area, they build the resistant capacity, resistivity. So they build the resistance capacity in their body, in their cell, so that they bound or they come across whenever the farmers used to sprinkle the herbicides or pesticides. What happened? They build, because of the build of the resistance capacity, they overcome from those kind of herbicides and pesticides. So because of this overcoming, the microorganisms rate, the microorganisms population, again it got increased. So this is how the natural selection, so it is nothing but this is the example of adaptation to the environment, adaptation to the ambience. So building the adaptation, building the resistance capacity against the environment or against the ambience or against the surrounding climate, one can overcome to any situation, so that they can increase their number, increase their population. So that is what about the herbicides and pesticides. So the next concept is, we are going to start the next concept, that is, what is adaptive radiation. So adaptive radiation is as simple as the natural selection. So just concentrate on my words. Darwin, when he started his journey in the ship called HMS Beagle, the sea voyage he started in his ship HMS Beagle to the Galapagos Island. He visited, or he started searching in the island called Galapagos, which is present in the Pacific Ocean, Galapagos Island. What he observed there? He observed the small birds. Many of the species were present, but he got wondered by seeing the small birds. Nowadays, we used to call that as Darwin finches. In the next minutes, I am going to show the picture of the finches, and also I am going to show the picture of all those marsupials and all through the textbook, so that you will have a clarity of all these things. Okay, so what he observed? He observed the varieties of small birds. Small birds, the name is finches. After Darwin's discovery on the finches, it has been called as a Darwin finches. Actually, the bird name is finches. Okay, so he visited the Galapagos Island in his ship known as HMS Beagle. What he observed? He observed the small bird. The name of the small bird is finches. He observed. Actually, the island is just a great geographical area. Just think this is the geographical area, the given area what he visited to that Galapagos Island. So he saw number of finches, that too varieties of finches. What kind of varieties he saw? Some finches got a big, beak. Some finches got a little bit like this kind of finches. Just imagine, I am drawing, only I am going to show you this beak. Okay, the bird will remain somewhat, it will be like that. Okay, so I want to explain all about this beak. That's why I am going to draw, I am going to highlight this beak. Okay, some of the variety of finches beak was very sharp, and some of them had very short. This is very narrow and sharp, and one more is a smaller one. Okay, so varieties of finches he saw in the geographical area, but the habitat was different. What is that? Habitat differ. Here particularly. Let me mention, this is habitat number 1, this is habitat number 2, habitat number 3 and habitat number 4. Just imagine. So in this habitat, particularly in the given geographical area, in this habitat might be in this place only maybe I'm using the word maybe, the occurrence of food to this particular finches was only vegetable. Just consider only it might be it consumed only vegetables. So here might be it has consumed only fruits, might be it consumed only some kind of insects, and these two insect, different kind of insect. Okay, so what is my concept is, I'm going to explain you about the adaptive radiation. What do you mean by adaptive radiation? Radiation means different forms from one species. It got different species, different number of species got evolved. Why so? Oh, it is just because of the adaptation to the environment. How come? So just let me clear this concept. So this is the Galapagos Island what we have drawn on the diagram. So here maybe in this particular area only vegetables are available to eat to this finch, and here in this particular area only fruits may be available in this area to consume this to this finch. So like that, based on the occurrence of food to this particular finch, maybe it has adapted themselves to eat those kind of foods. That's why its beak become much bigger and much like medium size and smaller and sharpener. So what is my concept? Occurrence of or available of different forms of species from the same ancestor, from one species, from one ancestor or from one species, different varieties of organisms had occurred. Why so? Only it has adapted itself to the surrounding environment, only for the surrounding environment, only for the food purpose or for the shelter or anything else. It got adapted itself and gave rise to different varieties. But the common is the ancestor is same. It has arrived, it has originated from the same species, but different form. Same thing has happened in this geographical area because of the occurrence of different kind of food. The beak manufactured to the related food. So let me tell you, this is an example for divergent evolution. In your book it has not given, it is an example for divergent evolution. So divergent evolution, what it tells? Anatomy is same, function is different. Here anatomy, it belongs to the same ancestor. It belongs to the same ancestor because of the availability of the physical terms. It got adapted itself to the surrounding environment and got differ in its function. So in the divergent evolution, what was the example? Example was man, cheetah, blue whale, and one more is, what is that? Man, cheetah, blue whale, one more. So all the bat, okay. So all these four animals, all these four organisms, their ancestor is same. anatomy of forelimb is same but function is different. Only for the it got adapted to the surrounding environment. It might have formed its structure, its body to the availability of food and anything else. So one example is Darwin finches. One more example they have given in the book named as one is Darwin finches. Second one is marsupials. So the marsupial species, so many species are there. What kind of species are there? Like let me write: the Tasmanian wolf, sugar glider, marsupial mole, koala, kangaroo. Marsupial radiation. So this is one species, marsupial. Marsupial, what do you mean by marsupial? Marsupial is the organism who's having a pouch in the womb or in the stomach part, so that it can protect or it can carry its younger baby. A better example for the marsupial is, nowadays we know very well about that, is kangaroo, right? So I am going to write few more species name here. The species name is sugar glider and koala and Tasmanian wolf, tiger cat, banded anteater, marsupial rat, wombat, and then bandicoot, and then marsupial mole. So how many species do we have on the board? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so these are all considered as the species. Radiation. Let me use the better word, radiation. So what kind of radiation has occurred in this type of species? Adaptive radiation. All these species are known as, it means their origin is a marsupial. These are known as a species of marsupials. But only for the habitat, or based on their habitat or based on their geographical area, they adapted themselves for the food or for the shelter into different forms. According to us, kangaroo is different, marsupial rat is different, banded anteater is different, everything is different. Everything is not similar to our knowledge, but they are common to one species. They have originated, they have they have originated from one ancestor or from one marsupial. Because of the adaptation purpose, they manufactured themselves, they became a different variety, they become a different species, they become a different form of varieties of forms of species. Okay, so these are all the marsupials, these are all the marsupials originated from the single common species of one marsupial organism. That's why it is known as marsupial radiation. Okay, so this is also one example for the divergent evolution. One more example is there for the convergent evolution. Convergent evolution in sense different origin, same function. The example is placental mammal and marsupial animal. Marsupial, Australian marsupial. Australian marsupial. So we are going to discuss about the placental mammal and Australian marsupial. Okay, so what is so common in between these two? Let us discuss now. Let me write some of the placental mammal. I should have written in the columns. Australian marsupial. Okay. So, one placental mammal is mole. Here, marsupial mole. Second example is anteater. Second one here is numbat. This is also known as an anteater. Third is mouse. Here marsupial mouse. Fourth one lemur. Here the fourth one is spotted cuscus. Fifth one flying squirrel. Here the fifth one is flying phalanger. Sixth one bobcat. Here the sixth one is Tasmanian cat. Tiger cat. Tasmanian tiger cat. Seventh one wolf. Here the seventh one is same. T means Tasmanian wolf. So these are all the organisms name. On the board I have written the placental mammals, the Australian marsupial. One example for convergent evolution. How to believe these are really the convergent evolution. The convergent evolution says the organism which has different anatomy, different ancestry, but same function. So what is the same function here in this placental mammal and Australian marsupials? All these organisms found in the Australian island. One common feature of all these organisms. One common feature. So all these are the different varieties of placental mammal. Mole, anteater, mouse, lemur, flying squirrel, bobcat, wolf, these are all the different varieties of placental mammal. And marsupial mole, numbat, marsupial mouse, spotted cuscus, flying phalanger, Tasmanian tiger cat, Tasmanian wolf. These are all the different varieties of Australian marsupial. Now what we have to do, we are going to compare the placental mammal and Australian mammal. Though they have a same function or the same identity. What is that? They all found in the Australian island, but they belong to, they are from the different origin. Same habitat, different origin. That's why they are the example for convergent evolution. Now let me tell you, the placental mammal, mole and marsupial mole, the species is, they have similar function. Though it comes under placental mammal, though it comes under Australian marsupial, this is one marsupial having pouch in his body, and this is the placenta. A placenta means, you know very well about the placenta. The species function is much similar, and here anteater and numbat, they both are the similar species. Mouse and marsupial mouse similar species or similar function. Lemur and spotted cuscus, similar function. Phalanger and flying squirrel and flying phalanger, similar function. Bobcat and Tasmanian tiger cat, it looks similar. And wolf and Tasmanian wolf, similar function. Same found in same Australian island, but differ from their origin. That's why they become a good example for convergent evolution. Okay, side by side you have to compare all these organisms so that you will come to know what I am telling. Okay, so this is all about the adaptive radiation. In this session, what you have to remember, the Darwin finch, and then before that I gave the example, or one example I told in the natural selection, that is about the herbicides and pesticides. No, that you have to remember. And then after that, Darwin finches, and then marsupial organisms, and then the third one is, what is this? Placental mammal and Australian marsupial. Okay, so yes, my dear students, you can have a note on this different forms of white moth and melanized moth. So this is one example, one situation, diagram number 1 or A. It has grown in the non-polluted area. Non-polluted area in sense, before industrialization the background was white, and in that time white moths were available, number of white moths were much more, and the melanized moths were less in number. Why so? Because of the predation. Predators used to capture the black colored moth because they become camouflage to the surrounding or to the background. In the same page they have given one more diagram showing the moths, different type of moths in the polluted area. So different polluted area in sense the background, the tree trunk, it got deposited by the soot coming from the industries. Because of that the background become black. To that the black or melanized moth used to hide themselves to escape from the predators. The predators cannot capture, cannot spot the prey, but white moth easily spotted to the predators. So the number of white moth less and the number of melanized moth become more. So these are the pictures showing the natural selection. Alright. So in the next page they have given one more diagram like varieties of beaks of finches that Darwin found in Galapagos Island. So this is one variety of finch, second variety of finch, third variety of finch, fourth variety of finch. So these finches maybe they are present in the habitat number 1. Maybe they are present in the habitat number 2, habitat number 3 and habitat number 4. Because of the variation in their food, maybe some of them were vegetarian and some of them were non-vegetarian or insect eating finches. Because of their consumption of food, because the food get differ to those finches, the beak got differ. The beak got differ, but they all belongs to the same origin. They belongs to the same species. Okay, so this is one example for found in Galapagos Island. Galapagos Island discovered by Darwin while he was traveling in his ship called HMS Beagle. Okay, one more diagram in the same page. So it is all about the marsupial radiation. All these all these varieties of marsupials, they originated from the one single species, marsupial species, because to adapt themselves to the surrounding environment, they become different from one another. So adaptive radiation of marsupials of Australia. And in the next picture they have given the similarities of placental mammal and Australian marsupials. So placental mammals were, as I wrote in the board, mole, anteater, mouse, lemur and flying squirrel and bobcat and wolf. And the Australian marsupials were marsupial mole, numbat or anteater, marsupial mouse, spotted cuscus, flying phalanger and Tasmanian tiger cat and Tasmanian wolf. All these are the example for convergent evolution. So the mole, it has a similar our physical appearance with the marsupial mole, and also the function is also same, but they are from the different origin and also available in the similar habitat. Anteater and this anteater, they got a similar function and body, this also. And lemur and spotted cuscus, flying squirrel and flying phalange, bobcat, Tasmanian wolf and Tasmanian wolf, they have similarity but they all from the different origin. That's why this is one example for convergent evolution. If you have any doubt, please ask me. Thank you.